Hello, my impatience. It is I, Andrew the Android Koloski here. I am live and I'm ready to perform for all of you. I hope you will come joining and engaging if you'd like to do so. Um, so, before we begin, I'm just going to share the artwork that I've created over the course of the week because, you know, I think while people join, it might be good to go over that. The first one, I say people on social media might assume in real life I'm loud, talkative, an obnoxious person. The truth is, I'm very quiet and shy, especially at home. But I'm silent in public too. There will be chatty and loud people, and it gives me CPTSD flashbacks. I want to scream, be quiet. Shut up. Everyone's loud talking overstimulates me. It sends me into a state of chaos and panic. The next one. I say, well, I'm fairly certain I must have brain cancer by now, or some form. And I sarcastically say, thanks to my friends for being there. And Dr. Natural says, there's no evidence that you have brain cancer or that the medication you are taking causes brain cancer. Your fear of cancer is a displaced reflection of your sense that not all is well with your psyche. A difficult but doable road to recovery lies ahead. The next one. Hey TB, TB's in the house. How art thou, TB? How you doing? The next one, I say, my mom bought a gun for security and protection. She claims she's a responsible gun owner, but I'm afraid she's going to make up domestic violence allegations against me and murder me in self-defense. I need to remember my mom loves me. She's not a sadistic torturer. And Dr. Natural says, you are at much, much, much more risk for the tricks your mind plays on you than from your mother. Zen. So I'll go to this one. This is obviously one about my stepfather, thinking he sadistically got off for my suffering. So facts corroborated. I'm extremely frustrated with my living arrangements and hostile dependency. I feel like a prisoner. This is 100% true. This is corroborated by others. Something that may or may not be factual. My stepfather gets off sexually from my pain and suffering. That may or may not be true. Feelings are not facts, but I can suspect that. Something that I know is not as I imagine. I was gang raped and sexually abused by my stepfather and mother. That without a doubt did not happen. Ambiguous stimulus that leads to conviction. My stepdad's pants zipper will be down. Is it nefarious sexual sadism or an innocent mistake? So I'll get the ambiguous stimulus, his pants zipper being down. Is it an accident or is he being nefarious? This one, I say to Dr. Natural, I got an email that you were held at gunpoint, begging for money from your email address. How did your email get hacked? You're a millionaire. Were you looking for sexy 20-year-old ladies? He says, it was a fish for a dinner conference. I opened an email that was a virus. I say, this doctor is such a genius, yet he gets hacked. I send a lot of emails which were confidential. Did they get leaked? That's something to keep in mind. And the last one is my mother's green bunny, which obviously I assisted with. Otto Greenberg, who's a caricature of me, he says in 2005, I am 18 years old. I will be rich and famous any day now. Then a decade passes. In 2015, 10 years have gone by, but I am still hopeful for fame and fortune. Then it's 2025 and he's middle-aged. I am approaching 40. I am still hoping to be a superstar. And Dr. Natural says to the middle-aged Otto, get a real job. Your dreams of being rich and famous are not going to happen. And that's the artwork. So what did you guys think? What did you think, TB? So I got Wingstop today. TB says the artwork was excellent. Thank you, TB. So I got Wingstop today, and I noticed the cashier had the Kasaki virus or fever sores or mouth herpes all over her face. I asked my mother, would you eat the wings? I did. It was a little gross. I got contamination fears. Hopefully I don't come down with, fever sores, but I just kissed it up to God and ate it, My mom says it doesn't have a cell wall and it doesn't live outside the body. So, and you got to really kiss somebody to get fever sores. TB says, I think you should be okay. I probably will be okay. Yeah. What else? Cell Waters. Yeah, the Cell Waters. That was my old pseudonym. All right. So I did not perform comedy this week. TB says it's very quiet today. Where is everyone? I guess everybody's finally left my channel, or maybe I've banned everyone. Maybe I should unban everyone. I don't know. TB, you're the last remaining inpatient. Everybody's got discharged from the psychiatric hospital, or maybe they're all out living life. I don't know. Everybody's gotten discharged. Or we got Henrique in the house. He says, Andrew, what's your favorite candy? I like Starburst. I like Skittles. I like Butterfingers. TB's the last remaining boy. He's the last remaining boy. Oi, oi. Yeah. What are your favorite candies, Henrique? What are your favorite candies? La, 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 la. I like Nestle's Crunch, Kit Kats. Somebody says, do I like Sour Patch Kids? They're all right. They're all right. I wouldn't say that's my go-to candy, though. Henrique likes Snickers. Oh, yeah, Snickers is good. Milky Way is good. Reese's, this is Reese's, chocolate that I get from the supermarket. That's pretty good. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so I haven't been going live as much as I used to in the past. I don't know if I guess it's a sign that I've been busy with life. I guess that's a sign that I've been productive and things have been going well for me. Anybody have any questions or anything? I know they say, Andrew, you go into the live stream and you ask your inpatients, do they have any questions? You should come prepared with material and prepared to entertain people. So, Nami tomorrow has a Halloween party. I might be going to it, but I might not go to it though too, because sometimes I really have a hard time being dependent on my dad to drive me, and we just don't really get along anymore. I love him. I wish him the best. I wish him success, and I hope he gets his cancer into remission. But I just can't get along with him, and I might not go because I just don't feel like being in his car in his passenger side seat while he drives me. And maybe I could Uber there or take a taxi. but I just can't. I just can't sit in my father's car. I mean, I might try it because I've for the past 2 days I've kind of sat in solitude, but I have a feeling it's just going to go south when I'm in my father's car. We're going to fight. Somebody says Poppy seems so sweet. No, believe me, I think a little bit of it. He's sweet to people in public. He's sweet to you know you know strangers, but some of that can be him on his best behavior. He's charming in public, but behind closed doors, he can be monstrous. He can be, you know, I mean, he's on his best behavior when he's on camera, but behind closed doors, he's not always as sweet as he may appear to be. Oh, there's a monster behind. I mean, I think everybody. I think everybody has a side. We don't really see what everybody's home life is like behind closed doors. I mean, I think a lot of people that seem like the sweetest people can be, monstrous behind closed doors. You just see them in public. Even the quietest people might throw tantrums. So don't assume just because somebody seems like the sweetest person. Don't assume, they're not, cursing at you and throwing things at you when they're fighting with you. And I don't know what my point is. Yeah, I'm just talking about ladies in general. Pick. I know some people like ladies that are shy, for example. You might assume because a lady is shy that she's just passive. But I bet you if you start dating her, maybe she has years of internalized being passive, years of repression, and you get to know her, and she might start throwing things at you and cursing at you and spitting at you, and you might just be like, oh. But in public, she's the most passive, sweet person there is. I mean, that could potentially happen. You know. So don't some people, only misbehave behind closed doors. Peter says, "Oh no." What do you mean, "Oh no," Peter? What do you mean, "Oh no"? All right, let's see if I have it. Somebody says, "Let's see if you have any photos." Oh, I think I do. Yeah, actually, I do. This photo, interestingly enough, I remember when I said how the gym, somebody said I was, which I wasn't, covertly recording people at the gym, so they interrogated me in the back room. When they went through my photos, this picture, which is spicy in nature, came up on my phone. But they weren't searching for spicy pictures on my phone. What they were searching for was whether I was recording people at the gym, which I obviously wasn't. Why would I do that? I'm not a pervert. I just go there to work out. But this picture came up, and I'm like, they asked I guess they did go through my phone, and they asked permission to do so. And I opened up my photos because I was doing nothing wrong, and this picture came up, and I'm like, hey, you're not looking. I mean, you asked to go into my photos. I'm wearing jeans, but you asked to go into my gallery, dude. So I didn't actually say that. I'm just embellishing here, but I just like quickly scrolled past it. There says, turn it into a joke. That would be a good comedy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who was making up allegations that I was recording people at the gym. I wouldn't do that. I think it's because my screen lock button is broken, and I'm constantly fumbling and fiddling with my phone. So yeah, I wouldn't record people at the gym. I'm going there to get a workout in, and but Yeah, somebody made up some allegations against me, and I'm like, hey, look, I did nothing, yeah, and I could prove it. So I know I was actually on my best behavior that day when they came up to me, when the gym staff came up to me. I thought they were gonna ask about payment, because I'm like negative $300 in my bank account. So I thought my charge card or debit card was declined or something like that. Like, oh, they're gonna say, oh, you're out of money. But no, it was somebody made an accusation I was recording people, which is completely false. I definitely did not do that, and I wouldn't do that. That's illegal. Somebody says, choose the light, choose the path of the good side, young Skywalker. Thank you. Yeah, choose the righteous path, the good path, the light side, or the Force, or whatever it's called. Yeah, Star Wars. Don't choose the nefarious path. Don't choose the dark side. Yeah, I asked my mother if she wanted to do artwork today. She declined. She said her back was hurting, so you're not going to be getting some new artwork today, unfortunately. I wanted to do it, though. I didn't really have any ideas for a new Green Bunny, though. I was gonna. I could probably improv something. I could go. I could probably think of something. But somebody says, "How are things with your mother?" I'm trying to get along with her, so I think all right. I think all in all, they're all right. Oh, I had problems with my toilet this morning. My toilet overflowed again, and the bathtub overflowed. But we since cleaned it up. Yeah, we're getting a new part to bring. Yeah, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. La 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 la. Oh, the sun went away. That's good. The sun was in my eyes for a while. I don't know. I was like, what's going on? What happened? And I think the sun got obscured by clouds. So that's living the dream. A bathroom flooded with, fecal matter water. Yeah, I'm living the dream in here. Yeah. La 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 la. I could have gone bowling. Yeah, I'm like, no, my stepfather actually cleaned the bathroom, so it's pretty clean. He did a pretty good job cleaning it. Maybe I'll go for a walk. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, like they say, it can get better, but you have to make it get better. It's not going to get better. It's not going to get better, just magically. You got to take action to make it get better. There's going to be no rescuer. There's going to be no instantaneous discovery. You gotta make it happen. There's going to be no, but you got to make it happen. Life isn't gonna come to you. You got to go out there and get life. Somebody says you seem more stable recently. Yeah, do I? Thank you. I guess. I don't know what I would attribute that to. Maybe the socialization and meeting some new friends. I certainly haven't adjusted the medications, so maybe the socialization with friends from the art class, and feeling like I have some people who hear me now. Maybe that's kind of made me a little bit more stable and in touch with reality. I can't think of anything else it would be. You know, Dante says, I hate when people trim their nails on public transportation. Do people actually do that? I guess some people do. Um, yeah, it's a little annoying, I guess. I've never experienced that, I don't think. Woo! Okay. So he says, do you live in the hood, Dante? Do you live in the ghetto? Dante says he's stroking out. Yeah, maybe Dante. Yeah, I mean, something. Dante says no. He lives in the suburbs and he still sees people clipping their nails. Yeah, fair enough, Dante. Fair enough. I guess it could happen anywhere. Yeah, people are standards are going down. People are clipping their nails and. All right. Anybody got any last questions or anything you want me to talk about? I mean, we got 10 people in the house. So he says, "Do you see the hurricane go into Jamaica? Jamaica Queens or Jamaica, the island in the Caribbean?" No, I didn't hear about it. But obviously that's bad. That's bad. Yeah, I used to like yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if this is a really good joke or not. But I mean, whenever I get to like the train station Jamaica, I kind of liked to daydream. You know, I would go to like an island, but it was really Jamaica Queens, and then it's like, all right, we went to the island of Jamaica. Now we're off to Penn Station. Or like when I went out to Stony Brook by railroad, I liked to daydream when I got to Cold Spring Harbor. All right, now we're in Antarctica, and then we're going from Antarctica to what it was like Huntington or something like that. And that was the Port Jefferson or Huntington branch. The next station is Cold Spring Harbor. We're going to Antarctica here. Yeah, I had the opportunity to go out and bowl today. So, the fact that I'm sitting in my room, I shouldn't cry about. It's my fault. I could have gone somewhere and done something. Maybe I should go. Maybe I should go to NAMI tomorrow. Maybe I should give my father the fighting chance. I mean, he maybe I should try to get along with him. And he's got cancer. He might not have a lot of time left. Maybe I should just get dressed up in a costume and make the best of it. And Peter says, "Go, go. Try to socialize with people. Get along with your father. You know, you know." Retzel says, "When do you think you'll reach the breaking point?" I don't think the breaking point is going to be sensationalistic, like Broken Matt Hardy, like I'm broken, and then all of a sudden there's going to be like a transformation. I think ultimately, if you sit in your room, nothing's going to happen. You can realistically sink lower and lower, and I could even sink lower than this. I could be homeless, doing drugs, begging for change outside Penn Station. That would be lower than this. So it could always be worse. You could always be even more broken. So, but yeah, like they say, it's not fun and sensationalistic, and you're weak and powerless, and Henrique says, true, true. Somebody says, you got to find a way to build yourself up and get confidence and get self-esteem and get power. Get power, And maybe find a girl, maybe find a lady, a sexy lady. Broken. Yeah, life isn't like a sensationalistic, buffoonish wrestling character, unfortunately. You don't become broken and then all of a sudden become powerful and start winning matches. It's not like a gimmick change. Like you don't snap and all of a sudden just come back with determination and start going, delete. That just doesn't happen in real life, It'd be nice, It'd be nice if they're like, all right, we're going to repackage Andrew as the broken man. We're going to give him some victories. But it just doesn't happen, You got to take charge. You got to go to college. You got to recovery is slow, step by step. It takes time. It takes patience. It takes hard work. It's not instantaneous. It's not like a repackage and then like a push where you get some victories. Somebody says, I noticed your old emails from 2017, 2018, 2019, and around that time. You've been saying the same thing for the past 7-8 years. Yeah, man. It seems like little has changed for the past. Interestingly enough, I'm going to share with you artwork that was literally created yesterday, and I think it really illustrates the point. Nothing's changing, but you got to make things change. Otto at 2005. I'm 18 years old. I will be rich and famous any day now. 2015, when he's 28 years old. 10 years have gone by. I'm hopeful for fame and fortune. 2025, he's approaching 40. I'm still hoping to be a superstar. Dr. Natural says, get a real job. Your dreams of being rich and famous are not going to happen. You're waiting for Godot. Go out there and make your life happen, And when your mother gets older and passes away, you're going to be up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. You're going to be screwed, Andrew. No one's coming to rescue you. When your mother dies, you're not going to get a repackage and a super push, getting tons of victories as the broken man. You're probably going to be in the hospital, maybe homeless, living on the streets, begging for change. Somebody says, is your brother moving in with you? Maybe he can take care of you. Oh, I don't think that's happening. I don't think he'll be taking care of me, quite frankly. And you ultimately in life, you got to take care of yourself, Somebody says, try to meet. Somebody says, try to meet a rich woman. Go on Millionaire Match and try to meet a rich chick. Try to meet a millionaire who wants to take care of you. Yeah, I'm handsome enough. Maybe I can meet like a 50 or 60-year-old rich lady. I mean, seriously though, depend on yourself. Make yourself successful, and success is a slow process. You got to come back with determination and slowly build towards it. It's not going to be instantaneous. It's not going to be like a viral video. Chain reaction happens. All your videos go viral, and you're instantaneously rich and famous and as big as these pop and movie stars and Mr. Sensational, Mr. Hollywood, millionaire, billionaire. That's just not going to happen, you know? Go to college, work towards getting a job. You're not going to be like Lady Gaga, you know, wearing ridiculous outfits, overnight success, you know, everybody chasing you around like a hard day's night. It's a hard day's night. So everybody's screaming, "Oh my God, it's Andrew! It's Andrew!" And I'll illustrate the point. I'll illustrate the point here. You know, Otto says, "I am going to get rich and famous from social media post." And Otto says, "I am going to be the most famous rock star on earth, but it's a daydream. No ladies are going to chase him like the Hard Day's Night music video." Dr. Natural says, "The rescue fantasy is comforting, but not real. You do not imagine the prerogatives and responsibility of being an adult. You know, you got to take your car to the shop, get food, you know, and make your life happen. You got adulthood is a lot of responsibility, you know. If you don't want to be a man child, get a job and work towards getting independent. It's not going to be from a social media post." It's not going to be like a Hard Day's Night. All of a sudden, I'm like Lady Gaga, and everybody's chasing after me. "Oh my God, it's Andrew! It's Andrew! It's been a hard day's night." You know, that doesn't. So he says, "You're not going to be a man child who rules the world and everything will be better. You need to wear ridiculous outfits like Lady Gaga to entertain." You know? Poker face. Poker face. Yeah, man. I mean, you should buy a wig. Maybe you should. Maybe the key is dressing in drag. Maybe the key is dressing in drag here. "When I get home to you, I find the things that you do will make me feel alright." All right. Retzel says, "Call your mom and tell her you want to be called Andrea from now on." No, I identify as a man. I'm he, him. I want ladies. You know, I'm pretty happy with my manhood. You know, some people say, "Andrew, you're like an emo man," but you know, I think I'm happy that I'm a man. You know. I'm happy being a man. It's been. Yes. So tomorrow is a Halloween party with Nami. What can I dress up as? What can I dress up as? Maybe I'll put on a hockey jersey and ask my dad to bring a hockey stick. I could be a hockey player. I don't know. Or maybe I'll go to Spirit Halloween. Should I go to Spirit Halloween and get some mask? I don't know. Go to Spirit Halloween and get some costume. Get really into it. Have fun with it, I guess. He says, "Dress up as Charlie Kirk." No, I don't think I'll do that. I don't want to be disrespectful to Charlie Kirk. I personally didn't know much about him, and I don't like insensitive jokes like that. So it says, no, I don't think people are gonna dress up as disrespectful things at NAMI. You know, I don't like disrespectful jokes like that. I mean, even if you didn't agree with his, you know, conservative, you know, loud and, you know, point of view, you know, he didn't deserve what happened to him, obviously. You know, you can disagree with somebody, you can disagree with his politics, but he had a wife, he had a family. He didn't deserve that. It's not funny. I mean, just because you don't like somebody doesn't mean they deserve that. I mean, it's okay to dislike somebody, but you shouldn't wish death on them. Unless of course they really personally wronged you, which even in that case, they say the best revenge is massive success. The best revenge is to live life well and to be happy. The best revenge is no revenge. But He says, "What about iBoss?" Yeah, I often get the suspicion maybe iBoss was Charlie Kirk. Some people said no, you just got that delusion because the name was relevant. iBoss is some guy from England who hasn't really been on my channel since 2017, 2018. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what happened to him. It's always the English. It's always the English. Somebody says you don't know iBoss. iBoss wasn't a rich, famous, or interesting person. He was just some college kid from England, and who made a threat and led to you getting. I don't know who iBoss was, frankly. So he says maybe iBoss is the person who delivered the tree to your house, the raspberry bush. I mean, it's certainly a possibility. But yeah, I think he's over in England. I mean, I don't think. I mean, I guess people come on vacation to New York, and I don't know why I'd be a tourist attraction here, but maybe I am. But iBoss, the nefarious iBoss. La 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 la. All right. All right, guys. I guess I can, peace out here. She said, Victoria says Andrea is a cute name. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, maybe if I have a daughter someday, I could name my daughter Andrea. I mean, I don't know. Peter's got to peace out. He's got to go and eat. Have a good one, Peter. People like my orange juice videos. All right, anybody have any last questions, or maybe I'll get going too. I think I've done enough here. All right, adios, my amigos and amigas. Victoria asks, "How am I?" Well, how am I doing? Really frustrated, lonely, but I think I'm doing all right. I know TB made the observation. I seem stable. I seem rational. I seem in touch with reality. And I think I attribute that to meeting a lot of friends at the art class. It's certainly not an adjustment of medication. But, obviously I had the opportunity to get out of the house today and go bowling, and I chose not to do it. So I only have myself to blame that I'm frustrated and sitting alone in here. Retzel asks, "Are you off the meds?" No, I'm on Abilify 10 milligrams, but my meds haven't been adjusted in a long time. Victoria says, "You should have gone bowling today, but you're doing good. You're doing pretty good." And I think the fact that you're not going live 5 times a day is a pretty good sign. You know, there was a time I was going live 5 times a day every day. That was pretty sick. That was pretty sick, man. Victoria says, "What are you going to be for Halloween?" I don't really know yet, Victoria. Maybe I could go to Spirit Halloween and look for some costumes. Maybe I'll get some weird mask. I don't know. Captain Obvious says, "Get out there and take a walk." Retzel asks, "Does your mother watch your videos and streams?" I don't think she watches every single one, but I suspect maybe she does. She doesn't tell me she does, but occasionally she'll hear something on the stream that will peeve her, and she'll yell at me about it. So Victoria says, "Get a Pikachu costume or a Pokemon costume." Yeah, I guess for Nami that would be appropriate. A wholesome costume, a little wholesome costume. Yeah. You don't want to scare the people at Nami. You want to do something a little uplifting and nice and wonderful and sweet and wholesome. I mean, I guess if you were going to some like rave or bar or club, you could dress as like, I don't know, like a rabid vampire or something like that. But for Nami, I think a little Pikachu or maybe like a little superhero or I don't know, something like that. Henrique asks, "Where do you live?" No, I do not live in Canada, Henrique. No, I live in Long Island, New York. The most magical place on earth. The most magical place on earth. We've got All American Burger. We've got Krish's Ice Cream Parlor. And so on. Victoria asks, "Would you date an African American woman?" I certainly would, especially if she was cute and like my best friend. I'm looking. To, I mean, if she's like 5'3", petite, I think really anybody who's cute, petite, and like my best friend. I mean, it doesn't matter the race. It really matters if we're compatible, or not. I'm looking for compatibility more so than race. In fact, I almost kind of want to be in an interracial relationship because I think it would be interesting and fun to experience the cultural differences. I don't know. I would date a Caucasian woman or a white woman too. Um, I don't know. Somebody says, what would your mother think about you if you dated an African American woman? I don't know. I mean, at this point, I've been single for the past like 15 fucking years. I think any woman would be good as long as she didn't have tons of tattoos and wasn't 400 pounds and like from the ghetto. I think she'd be fine with it. Like as long as somebody wasn't like fresh off heroin and tons of tattoos and 400 pounds, I think she would be okay. If she was like a collegian, classy, well-educated, I think she would be okay with it. But so is there any race you wouldn't date and why? No, I don't consider. I don't consider myself to be. I wouldn't date a man. I wouldn't date a man. I wouldn't date a transgender woman. You know, I wouldn't date a woman that at one point had male genitalia. For the obvious reasons, because I like ladies, Victoria says, "I think a transgender man is okay." No, Victoria. That's why I say, as long as when I go on dating apps, as long as the woman says she's a cis woman and was born a woman, I basically swipe right for everyone. It doesn't matter your age. I mean, as long as you're of age, It doesn't matter your race. It doesn't matter if you're 70 years old or 23 years old. I'll swipe right for you on all the dating apps. Just swipe right, swipe right, swipe right. Sometimes you see somebody who's 400 pounds and you're like, all right, maybe she's a little too overweight. But somebody says, what's the last date you went on? It's been a long time. I mean, I don't know if my art class friends are interested in me. I don't think they are. So it's been a long time since I've gone on an actual date where somebody wanted to date me. It's been a really long time, probably years now. So I should get back on there. I should get back on the dating apps, People like my orange juice videos. People like my orange juice video. Should I go for a walk around the neighborhood? I'm kind of afraid I've got a lot of exposure to the sun, and I don't want to get skin cancer. I don't want to get, so I'm thinking about waiting I'm like a vampire. When the sun goes down, that's when I take walks around the neighborhood. Or I could put on some sunscreen, but I don't want to shower. I don't know. Vitamin D says, have you got enough vitamin D today? I mean, I don't know. I don't want to get skin cancer on my face. I don't want to get a melanoma, I don't want to put on, I could put on sunscreen. Yeah. I think I'll wait till the sun goes down. We only got 2 hours. It's been going down pretty early now, like around 6 p.m. It's not like the summertime when it's up till like 8, 9 p.m. Now it's been going down at like 6 p.m. So I'll go out at 6 p.m. when the sun goes down, like a vampire. Somebody says, you shouldn't go walking when it's pitch black outside. And you could get attacked, assaulted, murdered. Let's say if you go walking when it's pitch black outside, there's nobody, everybody's asleep. Somebody could drive by you and just gun you down. I mean, obviously, I don't want to give people ideas of how to murder me, but that'd be a pretty good idea. I don't know why anybody would want to murder me, though. I'm a disabled adult child with less than $1,000 to my name. Actually, I'm negative $300. So he says, are there a lot of drive-by shootings in Long Island? I don't think so, TB. But I mean, some people might target me. You never know. I don't know what I'm doing that would make me a target for a drive-by shooting. But that would be the best way to kill me. Drive by me because I go walking and I'm completely isolated and there's nobody around. So if you want to assassinate me, that's the way to do it. Not to give you ideas. Somebody says, what? I'm not in credit card debt, but I'm negative $300. I get like a deposit of like $700. At the start of the month, so I could pay it off. I'm thinking about asking my mother to, lend me $200, $300, but that's just going to be a nightmare. So I'm just going to just not spend any money next month, and I'm going to try to conserve money. Asking my mom and dad for money is just a nightmare, man. And somebody says you bought a membership to Millionaire Match for $100. You might as well have taken that money and flushed it down the fucking toilet. You're not going to meet like a fucking millionaire or a billionaire. You might as well have taken that money and just like incinerated it. It's like you're negative $200. So why not go on Millionaire Match for $100? It's like, what fucking planet am I living on? Somebody says you should create a GoFundMe and send a donation. Well, I'm actually on OnlyFans. If you want to donate to me, start tipping me on OnlyFans. Start giving me tons of money on OnlyFans. Like, tip me $200 on OnlyFans. It will certainly help. Somebody says, start a GoFundMe. We don't want to tip you for the fruits of your body. But I mean, all kidding aside, if I would certainly be happy if somebody tipped me $200, $300 OnlyFans, it would certainly help tremendously. Somebody says, the fruits of your body. Apples and bananas. Apples and bananas. Grapes and strawberries. Grapes and strawberries. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it would give me money so I could buy strawberries from the supermarket. It would give me money so I could, get some organic sugar snap peas. Yeah, definitely. If people want to contribute money, start tipping me on OnlyFans, man. Start tipping me on OnlyFans. Let's tip me $300 for being the Long Island Naked Dude. Really do a good lesson here. I mean, I really need the money, and I'm not going to be asking my mom and dad for it. So, because that would just be a fucking nightmare. My mom will be like, "Why are you $300?" And I'll say, "Because it's just gonna be a nightmare." So I'm just basically going to spend no money next month, and maybe for Christmas, I'll just say, my mom will ask me, "What do you want for Christmas?" Just tons of money, Mom. Just give me $500 for Christmas. Somebody says, Christine is very frugal. Christine is very, she really does not, she does not really spend a lot of money. She always like, yeah, we're really tight with money. We really don't want to spend money. She's very tight, and yeah, it's just yeah. I could really definitely at this moment, if anybody cares, go on OnlyFans and tip me like $300. I'll say thank you. Somebody says, "Is your brother rich?" I don't think he's rich. He's working a computer job. I mean, define rich. He's not a millionaire or a billionaire, but he's got the job. He's got a middle class job. He's working 5 days a week, like 9 to 5. He commutes. I mean, he's not Elon Musk. He's not even Matt Hardy, but he's got a decent job. But if he Vitamin D says, if we start tipping you, do we get spicy pictures if we start tipping you on OnlyFans? I mean, I don't know. Somebody says, does your brother have his? I don't want to talk about my brother because typically when I do, that's usually when my mother gets upset. So I don't want to talk about. He's like Chris Benoit. He doesn't exist on this channel. I don't want to discuss him. He's afraid I'm going to mess up his career in life, and he wants no association with me. So we're just not going to talk about him here. He hasn't murdered anyone like Chris Benoit, but he doesn't exist in the Andrew universe. I mean, which leads me to believe, usually when my mother gets annoyed with my content, it's my brother watching from some pseudonym account. My brother must watch. He must have a beer after work and say, "Oh, let's watch this shit." So he says, is that something to be proud of? I don't know. I mean, I guess it means I'm entertaining. Maybe my brother isn't. I mean, he's probably working at this time. Well, I know it's Sunday. You know, maybe he's not working. I don't know. So he says, who do you suspect? So he says, your brother's probably in here somewhere. I don't know which one would be him, but. I had wings for lunch, and the lady had the Kasaki virus on her face, and she had. But I think I'm gonna be okay. Let's Google this here. Google. Can you get the Kasaki virus from eating food? Yes, you can get the Kasaki virus from eating food, although it's not the most common way of transmission. The virus spreads through contaminated food if an infected person prepares it through eating utensils, shared utensils, contaminated food. If they without washing their hand. Fuck. I think I'll be okay. I should have just thrown it out. Yeah, this lady, she had fever sores all over her face and lips, and I was gonna just throw it out. It's like mouth herpes. It's like fever sores, like the Kasaki virus. You know, I went to the wing restaurant and she had it all over her fucking face. I'm like, she seemed nice enough. It wasn't really a problem with her, but I don't want fucking fever sores, you know. So he says, try not to be such a hypochondriac. Most likely you'll be fine. Yeah, I guess you're right. So he says, do you think you caught Kasaki? I mean, most likely not. When I went in there, I went and waited in my car. It looked like some guy was preparing the chicken wings. I think she might have made the fries, but I'm just going to kiss it up to God and not worry. You know. I'm just going to kiss it up to God and not worry here. You know, hopefully I don't get it. And if I do, I'll sue Wingstop. Well, I don't have enough evidence that, you know, but I'll sue Wingstop. That's my ticket. That's my ticket to millions or billions of dollars. A lawsuit against Wingstop. That's you know I'm waiting for freedom, independence, and you know financial security. That's it. Suing Wingstop for giving me the Kasaki virus. You know, fever sores and mouth herpes. That's my ticket to fame there. But hopefully I don't get it. That would be a nightmare. The nefarious cashier. Try not to worry. Try not to worry so much. I think everything's gonna be a-okay. So he says, have you applied to any jobs lately, Andrew? Not really. "666 says, hey, Andrew, did you see my portrait of you?" No, I didn't get a chance. I briefly clicked on the live stream. I didn't get a chance to really get a good look at it, 666. But I'm sure it's very nice. Can you send it to me real quickly? Is it in the Discord? Let's see if I can see it. So he says, link your Discord. Okay, I will. Invite people, copy. Okay. It's not a computer virus. It's just Discord. All right, guys. Any last questions here, or should I hit the dusty trail? Should I peace out? Should I hit the bricks? So this is adios, amigo. All right, peace out, guys. Peace out.